What up, fam? Happy Monday. Happy New Year. Been a while. Um, just doing normal chart things, shorting resistance. I was bullish down here. I was bullish on Sol. I was not really bearish. I was expecting some type of retracement, especially you see this really kind of 4 hour capitulation. Um, where we have a lot of inefficiencies, right? Like that, these are going to be filled more than likely at some point. But overall, we just set up our fibs here, fam. We got the golden pocket right here, as well as confluence in that 4 hour resistance, kind of daily resistance right there. This is a good spot to short, fam. Now, could we continue up? Sure, we can consolidate here. Couple options. Consolidate here a little bit, maybe tomorrow, the next day, and then make a move higher. 786 would be my next watch, and then obviously new highs from there, or the highs and the new highs. I'm not really bearish, fam. I'm not like we could pull it back. I'm totally fine with that. We could pull it back to 88K, pull it back even lower. And I'm not really bearish. I think going into a Republican term, somebody like Trump, who is only decreasing the geopolitical conflicts around the world, this is going to be good market times, fans. Thank you, Isabel. Thank you so much. But these are going to be good market times ahead. The only way I've actually spoke about this in person with a lot of friends. The only way I see this being a really a bad situation for markets going forward is like some type of World War III scenario. But obviously, Trump is an president, and his presidential legacy is going to be dependent on whether he can stop the war in Ukraine, as he said he wants to do, and eventually bring the conflict in the Middle East down as well. Get rid of that conflict altogether would be great. I'm not a fan of it. I know most smart American taxpayers are not a fan of what's going on. Of course, there's a big, dominant religious faction that that supports Israel and believes that everything they're doing is to defend themselves. But at the end of the day, innocent women and children are being murdered over there. More innocent women and children have been murdered than any kidnapped from Israel. And, it's a really sensitive subject. I don't want to dig too deep in it. But Trump wants to get out of there too. So all those things, in my opinion, are very good for the markets. You talk about crypto. Crypto is kind of its own beast. It has a cycle. What I kind of expect to happen, assuming there's no type of black swan event. I don't expect a black swan event. Of course, when you're not expecting the black swan event is usually when you have one. But I don't see any reason to be bearish going in the next few months. This consolidation is definitely healthy. But I do see an opportunity for lower, right? We can fill out an inefficiency right here, this larger inefficiency. This is a daily inefficiency, maybe even more than that. Yeah, I mean it's pretty big inefficiency here on the daily. Call it a fair value gap if you want, but this could easily be filled out. It would not be bearish, and a lot of things suggest that right now we've hit resistance and it's okay to pull it back. Okay. I'm going to give you all of my arguments why I think it's going to pull back from here. At least going to take out this lower liquidity. I'd like to see 88K, even a little bit lower. Like, again, I'm still going to stay bullish. Bullish for Bitcoin through May. I think this summer, to be honest, I think this summer is going to be the best for alts. Typically, when we have low volatility for Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's this king. It's got a lot of trading and going on. We go into summertime. You got all the traders, Wall Street going to the Hamptons and their vacation homes and stuff like that. And we get the kind of a low volatility in the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones, the S&P. So when that low volatility happens and Bitcoin is kind of chill, right? In its moment of, let's say, for example, that 60K range that we had, 60 to 70K range, that was summertime. It was kind of stable right there. That's when I think alts will eventually catch up aggressively against Bitcoin. Okay. Just like 2020, one summer 2021, we saw really a big pullback on Bitcoin, and then alts pulled back, but alts, that's when alts ran. Okay. So initially, if we had something like an aggressive pullback, shake everyone out into here, that's when you're going to want to double down on alts, fam. And it doesn't have to happen this way, right? I'm just kind of giving you ideas, but for right now, I think we have a local top here where we're going to pull back to. That will be seen. We will see where we go. But I'm going to give you my arguments right now. Okay. So we just had a 2-day close. I look for these pivots on different time frames, generally bigger time frames. And we have this 2-day pivot. We have a sell signal on this 2-day. And now we have a low compression, low volatility compression sell signal on the 2-day. And now we've made a 2-day print that's giving you free money down. Okay, you see this? This is now kind of a compression up into this 2-day candle, and now we're expanding down. This is a pivot. Really good opportunity to short right here, fam. And this, to me, is kind of this is a bigger short. We're in a range, and I believe that if this works out, like I think it will, right? We're going to definitely come down here and hit 88K. All right. So you're going to want to see a lot of confluence. This is just one time frame. I look at the 2-day, I trade the 2-day. That's not going to be some type of good thing to trade off. If you're just trading off of one variable, like, or in one time frame, like the 2-day, that's not going to necessarily be the best thing to trade, right? But if you have a lot of confluence, right? And the confluence I'm talking about is, here we are, right? The retracement here was the golden pocket. Golden pocket retracement, resistance. We have 4-hour resistance. You can see it's very clean right here. Little 4-hour order block over here, but it's very clean, this box right here. This is a clean resistance. Definitely wiped a lot of shorts, right? Shorts got caught with their pants down here, especially. But there's a lot of confluence to suggest that this is a good area to short. So we have that, the 2-day, we got the 4-hour resistance, we got the golden pocket. I want to see even more than that. So when we had this new weekly print, all right, and I'm going to get rid of some drawings here. When we had this new weekly print, we had very low volatility. You see this? We're kind of compressing down into this move up. That suggests a dead cat bounce, right? So this candle, right, which has now made an aggressive Monday move. This is all Monday. This weekly candle is all Monday, right? Could easily turn into a wick, sell down, chop right here, middle of the week under 100K, get people more bullish, and then continue to dump next week. All right. This is kind of how I see this playing. I think until we can get over this, and this is going to be a very important level, until we can get over that 103, 104K, I think we're going to be stuck in a bigger range. All right. Another thing that suggests that we're going to be coming back, right, is timing. We have the inauguration of a very bullish president going forward, bullish for markets, bullish on more world peace. Whatever you think of the person, the individual that's taking over the presidency of the United States, this individual is going to be aggressively trying to stop the war in Ukraine, trying to stop the war in Israel, in the Gaza and Lebanon, and try to settle the Middle East. So with that being said, I would like to see a little bit more pullback into that inauguration, right? We have a lot of volatility up here, fam. It could get pretty aggressive. We could come down quicker than a couple days. Could take us a week to come down. But regardless, right? This is the weekly time frame. Regardless, right? We have a nice look here on the daily. They're holding here. And I think this is a great area to short. Now let's talk about alts, fam. Alts are kind of in they're in an interesting spot for right now. we actually have a lot of bullish various variables for alts, but for right now, they're holding this 3-day cross. I gotta get rid of a lot of it, a lot of this crap here. So they have this 3-day bearish cross, right? We've actually had this 3-day trend since, hold on, for Bitcoin being bullish, December 2022. So right after the FTX collapse, fam. Right after the FTX collapse, when Bitcoin bottomed at 16K, which at that moment, if you were following me or you knew me, I told everyone it's time to start accumulating. People can say whatever they want. I was wrong about the 60 to 70K range. I have no problem admitting that. But I was not wrong when I said at 28K, 30K the first time before we hit 16K, before the FTX collapse. I said 28K, 30K that first time was resistance. It was. Then we went down to 16K, which I said was a great area to accumulate. Told you to buy Solana around $20. Da-da-da-da-da-da. That's in the past. Who cares about the past calls being right? But I was bullish at the lows. Okay, I was bullish at 20K. All right, was I bullish at 30K going up? I was not. I was not bullish at 40K. And you can say what you want, but getting in at the bottom 20% is a lot better than getting in at the bottom 40% or the bottom 60%. Hey, Jojo, how you doing? So yeah, I'm trying to snipe 10 to 20% from the bottom, swing bottom. And right when this Bitcoin dominance turned bullish for Bitcoin and was not bullish for alts, that was December 2022. That was a month after the FTX collapse. We've had this 3-day trend all the way since then. It has now crossed bearish. Okay? It is now crossed bearish. So that's a long time we've had that trend, and now it's crossed bearish. Would you say that this is significant? I would say that's pretty significant. Yellow over blue, bullish, yellow cross down, blue, bearish. Now, what is the most realistic thing to happen? Okay, now we think Bitcoin dominance may have topped, local top, could be good for alts. What's the most bullish thing that's happened? To be honest, bullish would be Bitcoin pulling back and alts relatively hold, right? We get down here, Solana's holding, let's say, 200, 205, totally fine with that. Ethereum's holding 36, 35.50, totally okay with that. Jupe's holding 90, 88. We're okay with that. And Bitcoin drops down to 90K, right? And then it starts its consolidation. And while it's bottomed, let's say Bitcoin comes down here, bottoms at 88K, 85K, whatever. While it's bottom, that's when alts start to move up. Alts like Solana, which I think look really good. I don't think there's any problem with Solana. I think Solana still has a little bit more juice in it, at least the 230 it looks like. But as far as catching up to Bitcoin, it's a little bit behind here. See how this daily cross, I'm gonna actually talk about this play. We went over it in Discord, but we're gonna talk about this system, the cross, how important this golden pocket is, how important fibs are in general. All right, so if I get rid of all the drawings here, okay, I pointed out and this is the daily time frame, fam. I pointed out why I use these crosses. Now, these crosses work on the 5-minute time frame, the 3-minute time frame, the 10-minute time frame, the daily time frame, the weekly time frame, the 3-day time frame, the 5-day time frame. These crosses work, fam. All right, just use them for history, but you kind of have to use one time frame and smooth it out over other time frames. So you can't just look at the daily and be like, all right, the daily crossed bearish. But what does the 2-day look like? Is the 2-day still bullish? Is the 3-day still bullish? So what happened is we had this compression, 21 EMA and 50 EMA, right? We had this nice move from 140. It turned bullish. We retested the 50 EMA once. We came over here. We consolidated in this little triangle. Go ahead and get rid of all the drawings here, right? And in this triangle pennant thing right here, we had the compression. And then we had a bearish cross come. And now look at what happens with this bearish cross. This is how beautiful this thing is. you see this bearish cross coming, you're looking for a short. So let's say you set it up like this. Okay. You're like, you see this bearish cross. You're going to set it up like this. You're going to put your stop over that liquidity grab right there. Perfect spot for it. And then where do we go to? That's the question. Right? Boom. 20% move. That was a 20% pullback on Solana when we had this daily cross. You see that? 21 EMA, 50 EMA. That's what I'm looking for. Those are the nice, juicy swings in this market that you can constantly take advantage of. Here's a bearish cross. This one right here. Boom. 27%. Bullish cross. Boom. 20%. Bearish cross. Boom. 22%. I mean, if you just took the cross alone, 30% up, you got wicked out here. Well, if you put it over this, if you put your stop over here, you didn't get wicked out this, but regardless, you ladder that in, that's a 26% move, bearish. And then bullish, had you just taken some longs over here, kept the trend, 80+% move. Okay? That's why these crosses are important. They work. They work in confluence with other time frames. Like I said, 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute. And that's why I use it. And if you're ever wondering which EMAs and MAs I'm talking about, believe it or not, I can just go right here in chat. I think EMAs. There it is. We can write EMAs in chat, exclamation EMAs. It'll tell you all the EMAs I use, okay, and what color they are. I'm only using 2 right now. And then you can do the same thing in chat and write MAs. And this is good information when I'm going over these streams and you're sitting there, what is he talking about? What is this yellow squiggly line? That's the 21 EMA right there. Boom, yellow. And then we have the light blue. That's the 50 MA. All right. So, yo, what's up, Drico? How are you, my man? So there's a lot, you know, there's a lot of great resources here in the chat when I'm going live. If you have questions, please just feel free to ask. But Solana, again, juicer. Now, you could have just taken this daily, took it back to the 5-day support. I think that was the good support to run this back to, I believe. So it's actually a really good support here. Boom. Right? Some good support right there. Right? Resistance. Resistance. Little bit of deviations above that, but still good consolidations. Yo, Coda, thank you for that follow. Lifted, Chris, thanks for that follow. And I am Rodin, thank you for that follow. So could have just played this nice daily short here on Solana. That was a good one. Bitcoin, right? And we're talking about, again, this EMA and MA. Let's talk about, again, lower time frames and how this thing works. Why I think it's a good time to short. So right now I'm watching the 10-minute. Okay, get rid of the drawings here. I'm watching this 10-minute trend. All right, we've had this 10-minute trend since we moved up this morning at 99.2. This was a good trigger to go long, right? They went bearish. You go to the 15-minute. Did they cross the 15-minute bearish? They never did. So when the 15-minute turned bullish here, you could have rode this up here. 15-minute long. Put your stops under here. And rode that up. Free money. What was that? 4% move. But you were expecting 102 to 103K if you were in my Discord. I said that we were going to go back to that golden pocket. Fibs are a great way for confluence on retracements. They were going to fill these inefficiencies regardless, fam. You just don't make, again, a move like this right here and don't fill it back. All right? But I will tell you what. Trend has changed a little bit, in my opinion. Trend has changed a little bit. You have this uptrend, okay? Then we have this downtrend. And do you know what this is right here, fam? This is a very frustrating. So we have this uptrend, right? Then we have this downtrend, and we broke the downtrend, but this is a very frustrating pattern for bulls. I'll tell you why. Because the only thing that's changed is nothing. We have a lower high. In fact, it's not just a lower high. We took that retracement back to the golden pocket. Easy resistance there with confluence on the 4-hour. Or even 12-hour, excuse me. Right? Resistance, boom. 4-hour, 12-hour. Multiple resistance. And now, what they need to do to keep this bullish, fam, is they need to cross this 12-hour. If they can hold this here, right, and we get this, hold this overnight for the next 12 hours, hold it into the next U.S. session, then they can definitely continue to pump this, fam. But right now, it's too tight to tell. I see a lot of confluence. We've had a nice aggressive move up on a Monday. Weekly suggests a pullback. 2 days suggests a pullback. Da-da, da-da, da-da. All right, let me go put on a little music. We're going to go over some alts. Got some good new music here, fam. So right now, they're just going to try to save that 10-minute. Let's see if they save it. We're going to just continue to watch it here. Load some new charts. And I'm also looking for like the next big crypto project right now, fam. I think there's going to be a really hot one that comes up during this bull run. And we're going to have to be on top of it. We're talking about like the next Solana, like a coin below $1 that no one's talking about yet. Maybe a couple people are talking about it, and we're going to get on that shit. What's up, Courage? We're going to get on that, baby. Let's talk about Jupe. Oh my God. Oh man. This is a tough one, fam. This is hate being bearish on Jupe, but this is a really good short. It's a really good short. I'm just looking at the chart here, fam, and like I made these lines a long time ago. Look at this. Tested to a T. I think this is a really good short. Where is it going to go? Well, let's see. I can feel this inefficiency certainly right here. This is a huge inefficiency. This is a good short. Come down here. See something like this. Boom. Right? And then we take off. And that would be confluence with what I'm talking about. Get that Bitcoin pullback. Continue this trend line. I like that. But right here, no. I don't like that. I don't like it here. I like the short into the long. People have been asking about Aptos. Well, unfortunately, fam, I'm not going to lie. The CEO, the coin creator of this company, rug pulled the project. I mean, like, it doesn't get any worse than that, fam. It really doesn't get any worse than that. It's hard to see what's going to happen with Aptos. But I will tell you what. Right now, we're at a critical pivot for Aptos. Needs to get back over this box. This is clear resistance. Needs to get back over 11, $10-11 for this to be continue to be bullish. It can have a nice golden pocket retracement. So if you are, let's say, in an Aptos spot position, right? You're in an Aptos spot position, right? I'd be looking to short a retracement to 1250. If you get there, Again, has to get back over $11. That's going to make um, the most promising for a bull run. But you could hedge your position right there at the golden pocket, 12 to 1250. I really like that. But there's definitely some inefficiencies down here you could fill out. So see if that void gets hit right there. We had some nice retests here. Wow. Just not a fan of Aptos right here. No volatility. Needs some oomph today. Today or never. Pepe. Nice consolidation. Above high. Holding the high. Probably to hit that golden pocket. Did it? Ugh. See, this is what you don't like seeing, fam. Right here. These fibs work. Look at that. Hit it to a T. So, another short position here for Pepe. Like shorts up here, fam. I mean, listen, I'm going by the TA. I'm not bearish. Just like shorts up here. Come down here, fill out this wick. That's a pretty aggressive wick on Pepe. Could be wrong. We'll have to see. For now, Bitcoin's holding. 10-minute. This is such a sick remix. Where you been, my man? Hope all is well. Just been enjoying the holidays. I'm getting back to it though, fam. I'm not gonna make any promises on schedule, but this time is when I'll likely be going live in the future. I'm gonna start dropping more YouTube videos. I'm gonna try to get my YouTube content back out there. But if I go live, it's gonna be about an hour to an hour and a half after the Bitcoin close at nighttime, right around this time. So if you are looking for me to go live, it will be around this time at night. It's mostly I got dad duties. Got to put my son to sleep. He's 3 years old. He needs dad to sing him songs and play the question game with him and rub his back. And I got to make 15 visits to him before he actually falls asleep. I got to read him a book. Oh my goodness. My hardest job right now, Courage, is just being a father. But yeah, I'm going to get back to it. I think there's no better opportunity to start getting back into live streams and the YouTube content then, and what I believe is going to be a good next 5 to 10 months in crypto. I think we're going to have a good next 5 to 10 months. I don't think there's anything really to worry about. All consolidations are time oriented until otherwise. So what that means is consider these sideways chop on Bitcoin, the sideways chop on Solana right now below its all-time high, as opportunity to buy more. Okay? As opportunity to buy more. Solana hasn't changed much either. It could go a little higher, but still consolidating sideways. Maybe see something like this. Right? Break out around summertime. Yeah, I'll be back though, Courage. I really appreciate you asking me though. I'm coming back. Could be good if Bitcoin holds right here too, but the Bitcoin 2 days suggests that maybe not today, but tomorrow we should have a pullback. Should definitely have a pullback on Bitcoin. I wonder if that's gonna be muted. But yeah, we should have a pullback here. And it will easily go to it. Okay. Go back to 95. just don't marry any trade, fam. If you're in a trade and you're on in profit, consider taking profit and working away to the next trade. I've seen a lot of round trips between 60 and 70K over the last year. I actually never traded more. I don't think I took more round trips ever than until 2024. This was crazy round trip market, a crazy round trip chop. They definitely there were some good success stories here in trades, and there were some bad success stories. I wouldn't call them success stories. There's just some bad stories here in trades where you're up and then it reverses very quickly. So if you again took a long from the low, took a long on Bitcoin, or sorry, Solana from the low, consider taking some profits here. And then you could easily take a short, get down to 99K, 100K, take some profits there. Don't round trip though, fam. If you're using any type of leverage, take profits aggressively. We could easily chop here for a while before the next move up, right? Something like this. Maybe make a move April, May, cap out 120, and then come back down here. I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see how Bitcoin plays. Regardless, if Bitcoin pulls back in a big kind of 30% move, I will have to say this, and I'm going to make this very clear. Although Bitcoin demand can change over the next 5 to 10 months, I believe alt demand is there. For you to win in alts, you're going to have to be patient. So most all alts, in my opinion, will run. There's a thing called opportunity cost. Some alts will be better than others. Some alts will have more bull than others. The Sues and the Solanas and the newer, shinier coins, the Jupes, Ondos, all these newer coins are going to probably outperform the Dino coins. So you've seen these Dino coins and what they've done recently. Let me just tell you, the shinier, newer coins will outperform those coins more than likely. And even if Bitcoin were to pull back, let's say to 78, 82, 84K numbers, that will short term devastate alts. Long term, it will be good for alts. Okay. Bitcoin dominance has started to pull back. It's starting to soften. It's started to cool down. If you're going to win in alts, you have to be patient, fam. They're not going to just continue to go up only, but they are going to go up once Bitcoin cools down a little bit, and it could have found that spot. But once Bitcoin cools down, has that little 20 to 30% pullback, you better get in alts, go long, because alts are going to just start running one after another. I'm telling you right now, alts are showing that they're about to hold if Bitcoin pulls back, which means demand is there for alts. Just because the demand isn't there for Bitcoin anymore, right? There's still demand for Bitcoin. It just isn't enough demand to make it keep going up. So that if there's not a demand to keep going up Bitcoin, there is demand for Solana. There's so much information out there that shows there's demand for Solana. The TVL is just flying through the roof. Solana is one of the most bullish coins going forward. CRV. I will end on the CRV. I'll end on CRV. Let's see if I remember where CRV is. I'll end on CRV, but it's an older coin. I'm not a big fan of CRV. I'm not going to even beat around the bush. I think you could get into a lot of other coins and you're going to be a lot better off than CRV. But CRV will run. All alts will run. Some alts will outperform other alts. And there's a chance that like look at this, Velocity's gone on. Harsh gone. CRV, it sounds like a car. I have no chart on CRV. I could chart it real quick. Uh, I'll try it real quick. All right, I'm gonna start with the weekly. CRV is one of those coins that's broken out and it's underneath resistance and it's going to take a little time to consolidate. It has to break above that box really for it to continue higher. This rising wedge. See that a mile away. Downtrend. Let's see the fib retracement here. It could go a little higher. It could go to $2. I'm not really a fan of this. Not a great, could be a great short. Fill this out a little bit. Definitely could pull back, but not gonna long it. Not gonna tell you to buy spot here. In fact, anything I tell you to buy, it's not financial advice. But I wouldn't. I wouldn't even. I'd wait on this older coin. A lot of history. Had just a really aggressive move across the weekly bullish. If you had bought that cross, could have made some good money. 5-day bullish, 3-day bullish. They're all bullish. Just gonna need some time to consolidate before it can make another move higher. But anyways, fam, mad love. Appreciate all you. Again, I'm not gonna make any promises on the schedule, but I will be live about an hour and a half after the Bitcoin close. If I go live, plan on going live a lot more. So yeah, just look out for those streams. I think I'm gonna make it tomorrow night. No promises, but I'm gonna try to make it tomorrow night. So I'll see you then. I think Bitcoin, the play is though Bitcoin short here, fam, and then wait for Bitcoin to sell down in that lower part of that range, and then start attacking alts. But right now, fam, Bitcoin short, make free money on the 2-day. Free money on the 2-day. Make that money. 104 stop. Mad love. Appreciate all you. I will see you guys. Everybody that came out,